Tell me about it.
Freaking sweating my nuts off. Wait, are we live?
Oh, dude,
Oh, dang it.
we're freaking live.
Mm.
8 o'clock. We start
Dude,
right on
freaking
freaking time,
stomach.
dude. We start on
Stomach is
time.
shot, dude. My stomach is shot.
So, I'm not sure what I'm gonna have to do today, cause well, I'll figure it out. I think there's a lot to talk about Secret Invasion.
There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, dude. There's so much. So we're not gonna do. I was gonna do the second round of the interviews, but like nobody was like responding. So I was like, yeah, we'll
They all
wait.
said they're ready.
They did, but then I texted them today, and they didn't respond.
Mm. Mm. True. True. Big true. These
Yeah.
kids. Children.
Actually, I wanted us. Maybe we can do this right beforehand. We'll do this beforehand. While on the pre-show here.
I'm listening.
Have you seen this?
I have not. No.
Yeah, I
just got a bunch of pictures from Warner Brothers vaults of
gonna
the
see what
actual original
happens.
costumes. I think the costume looks really good, and it's just without frill.
I don't know.
Today, people are
This
seeing
is
a
going to
lot
be
of different
interesting
superhero
because
costumes. So it's how do you make it look believable?
this
How do you
is the
take this
future of
outrageous
DC right
concept
here.
of a guy who
This
flies-
face right here that we're looking at, he's the man. He's the guy. He is going to be DC. Look at him, guys. That is going to
white
be
hair.
Mm-hmm.
The white
Are you
hair.
Are you okay with that? Are you fine with that? Is that something that you're going to have a problem with? I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely am.
Yeah.
You already know my thoughts on James Gunn. He freaking is so good at what he does. He's gonna freaking ruin. He's gonna freaking ruin everything that DC has ever made.
He is gonna wreck it, man. Freaking Wreck-It Ralph right here. This guy, this face, Wreck-It Ralph.
Ooh, Wreck-It Ralph. I love Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, I love freaking Wreck-It Ralph.
So good.
Hey GQ, I'm James Gunn, and I'm
GQ had James Gunn. G freaking Q, baby.
going to break down my top 5 favorite comic book movies.
Oh, what's his face wanted to be on the stream?
Who is?
Let me find it out. He messaged us on Insta. Louis Gottlieb.
Like he just wants to be on the stream at some point?
Maybe we'll have him come on the pre-show.
Sure.
I'll send him a thing. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll have this is what we should do. Actually, to get people to be more interactive, is we take the person who was the most interactive of the previous week and have them on the pre-show. I mean, would that be motivation?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Okay, back to James
You
Gunn.
never know until you try it, I guess.
I guess so. He is our most he's
talkative?
The most talkative. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Top 5?
I think I'm worth listening to about comic book movies simply because I've made so many comic book films. And
James Gunn. Oh, James Gunn. That is so good. Oh my word.
Superhero film.
I'm glad
I've made at least. Oh my gosh, I don't know how many superhero movies I've made at this point. Something like 6 or 7. I guess if you include the movies I produced, like the Avengers movies, then it's really a lot.
Wow.
Oh, hello.
Deadpool.
I know, right? Whose balls did I have to fondle to get my...
But that's Marvel. Oh, it's just his top 5 comic books.
Mm-hmm.
My very own movie.
I think
Did he
coming
direct
in at
that
number
one?
5, I'm going to go with Deadpool. The first Deadpool and the second Deadpool actually are two of my favorite comic book movies. They came on the heels of the Guardians film.
Yeah.
They were even more of, comedies than the Guardians films are, and they were so well made, so heartfelt
He
and
didn't do
fun, and
that,
Ryan
did
Reynolds
he?
just kills it. I think Deadpool
think
is a
so.
perfect adaptation of a comic book because the comic book is very much tongue-in-cheek, very much breaking the fourth wall all the time, talking to the audience, and I think the movie does that really well, but somehow also
Sean
keeps it
Gunn.
more grounded and
That's right.
Oh,
There's
wait.
that fourth wall thing that everyone
gives it a little bit more.
cares about. What do you think about the fourth wall? You think that's a big thing that people should worry about?
I think it's a different way of doing film, yeah, because you're talking to the audience. You're taking the character's taking itself out of the show and communicating with the viewers. It's a different way of doing it.
Mm.
It's really funny, so I
Yeah.
like it. Now, when She-Hulk tried to do the same
No,
thing,
I don't even know.
and
I
that
didn't
was
even watch it.
yeah,
it was so
She-Hulk
bad.
was horrible.
I didn't
She-Hulk
wanna
was
watch it.
brutal.
By the way, I was gonna say, I have now commented or replied to every person that has commented on our videos, and we've had a few people that I just didn't know who they were comment on it. We had like 3 people, maybe 2 or 3. So
Wow.
okay, here we go.
Heart than the comics
Hold on,
have.
pause for a
You
second.
could see me.
So he did the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Does that count as a movie?
It's gotta. How long was it?
An hour.
Yeah. If
No,
it's
42
over,
minutes.
I'd say if it's over, I guess it's over an hour. Yeah. But like,
No, it's 42 minutes.
oh,
Would that be a considerable? Would that be a?
it's gotta be because he did.
That's got to be on his list, right?
Yeah, because it's not like a series. I guess it's like a short film, but it's still considered like a film.
Like
so
one and done thing. I really
Well,
like
it's-
the
it's
holiday
in-
special.
but it's in the Guardians of the Galaxy whole thing, so I think you can count it.
But if he goes like, let's say he worked on comic book cartoon show, would that count in the comic book movies? Like, let's say he helped with the animated, like Batman animated series or something. Would that count as like he could
mean-
claim that as I've worked on? I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean,
I'm just
it's.
overthinking it.
I mean, I guess
Because then he could say, it looks like he worked on Superman or Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, or maybe that hasn't came out yet.
Superman of Tomorrow.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow
Oh,
came out yet. I'm just looking at the stuff he's created. Tales from the Crapper. Look that up. Tales
What?
from the Crapper.
Tales.
Yeah, he's in it.
Tales
It's a horror
from
splatter
the
movie.
Crapper.
Yeah.
2004. What the fuck is this?
It's got a 3.9 on IMDb.
Oh my gosh.
That's I gotta watch
If
that.
Beavis and Butthead came to life tomorrow, this would be their idea of viewing time well spent.
He also did Trauma in Spanish for trauma.
Well, it's
Trauma
got
is
Trey
Spanish for
Parker
trauma.
from South Park, the guy who created South Park.
Uh-huh.
He's in that. Interesting. That's interesting that they have that. But that's a good thing. He's got a good sense of humor, you know.
He does, yeah.
But I'd say like it's Mark Hamill with the Joker, because he voiced the Joker in the Batman series, and people think he does a great Joker, and he should play Joker
Mhm.
with his voice. But I don't know. Like, yeah, I think you could count TV series too.
He also did Brightburn. Does that count?
What the heck is that?
Oh, he wasn't the director. He must have been in it, maybe.
2019. But he also did that one with Dwight Schrute, or what's his name? Rainn Wilson.
Mm.
Super.
Zack Schneider did Dawn of the Dead. Man,
Yeah, dude. I saw that actually. I was like, oh no way, Zack Snyder did this.
wow. I like Zack
Elliot,
Snyder.
oh, that's right,
films.
because Elliot Page was in that. Or
Oh,
I-
jeez.
she was in
Don't even get
Super.
me started.
Oh man, here we go again.
And it's not. It's Elliot Snyder. Or what's her name?
Ellie.
It's Elliot now. You
Yeah, I
jerk.
know. Didn't I said Elliot? But you know what
You
I
said
love
Ellie
so
Page.
much about James Gunn is that
Hmm.
he's a family guy. He keeps his brother Sean Gunn in
Oh,
pretty much
yeah.
every movie.
That's
And
how
he
you
had a-
do it, man.
That's it, and he had like a major role in Guardians. Like that was a major role. he took
Major,
over.
huge.
Huge
he
role.
became the arrow whistler.
Yeah,
I don't even know
yeah,
what they would call
that was
what they
big.
call him, but he was whistler. He was the
He's
whistle.
a whistler. That's for sure.
You'd understand.
All right.
Looks on everything.
Looks are everything. You ever heard David Beckham speak? It's like he mouth sex
Oh,
to
dude,
can
I
of
got
helium.
something for you.
Think Ryan Reynolds got this far on his superior acting method?
Love is blind, Wade.
No. You're blind.
Ryan's such a funny guy. I think it, along with like Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man or Christopher Reeve as Superman.
That's true. Ryan Reynolds really has owned Deadpool, and I don't think anyone could ever do Deadpool as good as Ryan Reynolds. I mean, like, I can't think of another person that would be as good as Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. That part was made
Oh,
for
yeah.
him as Tony Stark was made for Robert Downey Jr. And it's
And
just
Samuel
like,
L. Jackson for Nick Fury.
true. That's so true,
Like
dude. No joke. That is no
But-
joke.
for Thor, there's somebody out there that can play Thor.
You
I-
think
I have a
so?
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, I just
And Captain America.
yeah, for sure, Captain America. I don't think Chris Evans was like the best, but I mean, just because Chris Evans did so many different movies afterwards.
Oh,
And
I've
yeah,
got-
maybe Thor too, because Chris Hemsworth did do some other, but I didn't really care too much about the movies that he did after or during or between Thor. It's just Chris Evans, the movies he was doing. I mean, he's a good actor and he does a good job with those parts, but it's just like it doesn't really do
I
well for his other
have
characters.
before we get in too far into the podcast, I have a haul this week.
When do you want to do that?
Whenever. I was just letting you know so we don't
Okay.
forget it.
All right, I'll try to remember that. But
We could do it
Think
early
about-
if you want.
think
Doesn't really
about
matter to me.
wait, we lived through the Robert Downey Jr. whole Iron Man. There's kids being
Yeah.
born that had never lived through or never got to see, like, in the movie theater, like go in the movie theater and like have no idea what you're about to watch with him in it.
Yeah.
Or even the very first, I remember when the very first Iron Man came out, and there's kids to this day that never experienced that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous.
It is, but
We're
it's
old.
yeah, dude. But it's so freaking sweet. We freaking lived through it, man.
I remember Spanish class. Oh, I had to take Spanish, by the way. I had to take like 9 years of Spanish I don't
No idea.
remember any of this. Yeah, in Texas you have to take Spanish.
So in
basically
Minnesota,
from
but I
like
freaking rigged the system.
yeah, it's called homeschool. So I remember the first time I ever watched it. We didn't go to the movie theater, unfortunately. I wish. I was in Spanish class, and we had to take what's called the tax test, TAKS, tax test. I think you guys have this like a standardized test up here.
Oh
or
yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Ours was called tax test, tax test.
Yep.
And so we had an off period, and the off period was in my Spanish class where we watched Iron Man for the first time. I remember it vividly. I was sitting, if you imagine the room, I was like, the door came in, right? Then they had the big square. The teacher's desk was off to my left here behind me. So, like, she had the big tube TVs
Oh boy,
hooked
yeah.
up with a DVD player.
Oh yeah, this is
And
good.
I literally sat there just like this and watched the whole movie. The whole movie. Everybody
You
else
didn't
like
want it
fell
in.
asleep or was jacking around. I was like, I'm dialed in. This is good.
This is the first time you watched it was
That
at
was
school.
the first time at school. Yep.
Did you guys like as a kids? Did you guys get to watch movies? Like go to
Oh,
movie
yeah.
theaters?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
Why didn't
don't
you
know
go
why we
see it
didn't go
in-
see it.
No, God, that's
I
what I
don't
was
know.
gonna ask.
No idea. I remember we were in the theaters and we were watching Return of the King, I think.
Mhm.
We saw all 3 Lord of the Rings in the movie theater. I
Yeah.
remember vividly.
Yeah.
But one of them, my brother, he's got autism. It was Aragorn and his little girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
They popped up on the screen, and then my brother goes, "That's Aragorn's girlfriend." And it was like quiet when she popped up. She like popped up in like a scene where there's just a little background music, and then he goes, "That's Aragorn's girlfriend," and the whole theater just started busting out laughing. And I was like, "Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Oh!" And then I'm pretty sure we saw Revenge of the Sith, and Padme comes out pregnant,
Oh no.
and my brother goes, "They had sex."
I love
You gotta
doing
think
that.
we're like
Uh,
what? I don't know, 7 or 8 years old, something like that. I don't know.
oh, dude,
It was
that's
just
hilarious.
hilarious.
I didn't
Some of
get
the
to
most
watch.
opportune moments.
I didn't get to watch Lord of the Rings when it came out because my parents were big strict on your age in the PG-13. Like you can't watch it, even though it's like parental guardian advised. Like you need somebody, a parent,
Right.
if you're under 13. But they still wouldn't let me watch like The Fellowship, The Two Towers. But I do remember the first time I watched The Two Towers, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest
good.
movie made to man. Like when Legolas, when they were being it's a scout, and then he
It's
goes,
a scout.
it's a scout. It's a scout. And then his whole thing with and then his whole thing like that he just like wraps himself around the horse with Gimli. I was like, oh, what
He
the
just
yeah. It was just the sweetest thing. Cause like as a kid, like I am like a guy. As a kid, we had the forest, and I just freaking loved like using sticks as my swords, and I'd always like battle the
Lighting up.
trees. And then as soon as I saw that, I gotta go fight somebody right now. Let's go. And
let's go.
come on. And it was good. But
It's
I
a
don't
scout.
it's a scout. But I remember like watching that in my basement with my parents, and it was so good. It was so good. But I wish I do. Do you remember, like, this is something that I remember vividly, and I was like, "Oh, that's so good," because I think Spy Kids 3D was coming out at the same time as the Fellowship of the Ring, if my memory serves me right.
Mhm.
And we went to Burger King, and the things that they had for the Burger King, the prizes for kids for the Fellowship of the Ring was the coolest. They had like, if like I said, if my memory's serving me right, I don't, don't quote me on this.
Couple years apart.
No way, was it?
2001 was the Fellowship of the Ring. 2003 was Spy Kids 3D.
Oh man, I don't know why I was thinking that then, but I remember the Fellowship of the Ring. Like you had like this, it was like this trophy type. What do you like? Toy that had the ring on top. It was like the mountain or the volcano. I can't remember the word. But dude, it was. Oh, I don't know. I love Lord of the Rings. And
Lord of the Rings McDonald toys.
no, it was Burger King.
Oh, Burger King. Burger King. Okay.
Let's check it out.
King toys. Images. Let's take a look.
Oh man.
Oh, it's the. Oh yeah. Okay, I remember these.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I
Great.
had some of these.
Here, I'm gonna stop sharing when you want to show it.
Yeah,
You freaking show it, dude. You freaking show this to the freaking viewers because they're gonna want to look at these bad boys.
Oh yeah, baby. Dude, I used to have a bunch of these.
Oh my
man.
gosh, dude, that brings back so many freaking memories.
Sounds so stupid. It's only $55. That's not bad, dude. I know
Not
that
bad
doesn't-
at all. I'm looking at the
That
same
ain't bad
one.
at all.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that's
baby.
right.
They still have all the
Mm.
packages. Wow, I cannot believe they held on to this for so long. Just imagine
Ooh.
being you're probably what in your 40s if if you're old enough to have all of this. You
Oh my
just got
gosh.
McDonald's toys.
Oh
sitting
yeah,
on
that's
your shelf.
right.
Oh, that's so good, dude.
one
I
day,
never got the
son.
ring. I
You
never got the
didn't?
ring. I know I got Boromir. I know I got Gimli, and I think I got Legolas. I know
Uh-huh.
for sure. I know for sure I had Boromir, and I know for
Yeah.
sure I had Gimli, because they were pretty common, if I'm not mistaken.
Dude,
Um,
I gotta ask you another question after this because Lord of the Rings toys were my thing back in the day,
mhm.
and this was my. I'm trying to
Show me.
find the figurine.
Show me.
I am going to just calm down. I gotta find it.
Oh,
Okay, well,
you know
I'll just
what
show
I
you
just
this one.
found on YouTube?
What?
Free movie with ads. iRobot
No way.
with Will Smith. Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah, dude, I freaking own that.
Dude,
So I used
such
to.
a good movie.
Nah, no. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I had this guy. I had this Aragorn.
Mm.
He was my fate. Oh no, dude.
Ah,
Oh shoot, this. I
$12,
want to look at this.
dude.
This right here. I had him.
Ringwraith,
I
baby.
had that freaking Ringwraith. Didn't have him. I think it was this Aragorn.
ah, ah,
Nah.
ah.
Yeah, dude. These were the freaking. I love these freaking.
Mm.
No. Yeah, I had this. I had him. These are like my pure loving toys that I just played with all day. Oh, boy. Yes. I can't stop. I can't freaking stop, dude. What is this? What the frick? That's cool. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, that was the freaking time. What's up, buddy? I love
We
ya.
ride for Rohan.
Oh yeah. Those were the freaking days, man.
Ride on the Rohit Eden. La, 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 la. Dude, so
Aye.
good. This movie's still they still hold up to this day. Like
Mm-hmm.
in terms of graphics and costume design, like it's crazy.
It really is. It's like, I mean, like thinking about, I mean, it was 2001. I mean, when The Fellowship came out, but like, my word, like that's crazy. That
Just
it,
think Flash couldn't even do
I know.
The
That's
Flash couldn't even
exactly what I
compete
was
with Lord of the
thinking.
Rings.
It's exactly what I was thinking. I was like,
bull crap, man.
no way. There's no way that they could. It were 20 years later.
Laziness.
It truly is. Freaking is. I agree. All right. Well, how much time we got? We got 6 minutes. Let's try to finish this James Gunn.
Yeah, I mean,
Man, he's one of the all-time great comic book, icons.
see if he can mouse over the thing to
Oh,
see.
Old Boy. What the frick? Have you ever heard of Old Boy?
달라도 될까요?
No.
It sounds like it's a. Oh.
Number 4, I'm
Oh,
going to say
gosh.
Old Boy. Now, a lot of people don't know that this is a comic book film, but it's based on a manga, and it's a Korean film. It reinvented action, and it really ushered in the new era of Korean cinema, which has continued to this day. They still probably make the best action movies in the world. But as a movie, it's just incredibly cinematic, incredibly colorful.
Korean?
Korean makes the best action movies in the world. I mean, Squid Games was
It wasn't
Korean.
even an action movie.
It wasn't an action. It was more like
It
a.
was like
Really
a
kind of gross,
suspense.
but also beautiful and shocking at the end.
We
It has a
gotta
real
keep
nice
it going
twist
so
to
we
it.
can
It works on
start
every
on
level.
time.
If there's one scene that sticks out, it's obviously the hallway fight. That was a huge
good-
inspiration to me, and you can see our
Such
own
good
version of a
action
hallway
there.
fight in Guardians 3. Different versions of hallway action fights have been great, whether it's in Old Boy or The Raid, another great action movie. We have one in The Suicide Squad and now in Guardians.
Star Wars, Mandalorian, last
Sorry,
episode, season 2.
we know each other?
Luke Skywalker,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Oh, it's Aragorn. Speaking of Aragorn.
Speaking
You tell
of
me.
My
There you
third favorite all-time comic book film is A History of Violence, directed
Fun fact: that is the last VHS. I gotta get that. That is the last VHS made in the U.S. of A. History of Violence.
by David Cronenberg, one of my favorite directors. I love so many of his films, from Dead Ringers to Naked Lunch. But my favorite movie of his is probably History of Violence. Viggo
Matthew is fact checking me right now, but
Mortensen
looking.
stars in it. He's fantastic. And it's a really amazing movie about a guy who's a former killer who's trying to live this normal life and gets wrapped up in his past. When I saw History of Violence, I also, like Old Boy, I didn't know this was based on anything. I didn't know it was adapted from a novel, or especially didn't know it was adapted from comic books and a graphic
History of
novel.
Violence.
I just saw it as a movie itself, so it didn't have to live up to anything. It didn't have to overcome anything. It was just an amazing movie in and of itself that's emotional and passionate, and the violence and the action is shot really well. I mean, I really was influenced by History of Violence. I was influenced by the way that it didn't play like an action movie. You don't
Mhm.
look at it and say, oh, that's an action movie. But if you watch the way Cronenberg
I
shoots
really
the action
wanna-
sequences
that's-
in the movie, it's really spectacular and
that
really
would be
deft.
my next VHS.
A History of Violence.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks horrible.
Yeah. I'm sorry. But is that Will Forte?
I think Cronenberg has a
What?
way
Go
of
back.
turning the world just slightly to
Hang on. No.
spectacular and really deft.
No, that's not him. I thought it
Kind of
was
looks like him
him.
though.
He did. Yeah.
He does
sounds
kind of
like-
look like him.
Yeah. That face he makes. Yeah, that face.
I think
so
Cronenberg
bad.
has a way of
So bad.
turning
Bad.
the world just slightly to see
But
something really
I kind of
ugly
want
about
it just
in a
because it's
beautiful
one of
way,
the
if that
last
makes any sense.
movies
And
to be
History of
made
Violence does that. He just
in
turns this
VHS.
normal American family just slightly, and we see into its soul. And
I
it's
don't
not the
know,
most beautiful
this is
thing in the world. There's this wonderful,
We'll finish.
of
Scroll
all the
ahead,
wonderful
see if
things,
you
there's a
can see it.
wonderful sex scene in the movie between
Oh,
Viggo
yeah.
and his wife on the
You
steps.
can skip to the next movie.
Characters saw it in St. Louis because we're both.
Number 2, Superman. That's gonna be
1978.
that's gonna be interesting.
They don't talk about much when they talk about Christopher Reeve. They talk about his pureness, his hope, his goodness. They talk about
Christopher
the
Reeve
way that
was
he
a-
plays Clark as being so different from the way he plays Superman,
Mhm.
and how he can turn that on in an instant. But there's this playfulness about Superman. This when he's
That's
saving
what
a
I'm
cat,
curious
he's
to
got that
see
wry
how
smile.
he's going to.
Bye, Frisky. Long now.
And that is one of the best parts of the movie is the playfulness of Superman. He enjoys what he's doing. He likes helping human beings and he likes saving.
But that's what I'm
They
curious
just
to
did
see
the costume from the comics and they
how
did it very simply
James
and it works really well. The colors work well. I just got a bunch of pictures from
I'm
Warner
curious to see. This is what I'm curious to see with James Gunn because Superman, obviously, he's now admitted that it's one of his favorite, and how he's going to
Mhm.
portray Superman from Man of Steel and everything like that, and who is going to be the next Superman.
Replacing,
Brothers
yeah,
What?
replacing Henry Cavill.
Yeah, replace. Yep.
vaults of the actual original costumes. I think the costume works really. The Fortress of Solitude is an amazing set. It's really like the look of it was created.
Okay, number 1.
Please keep.
Oh
Wait.
wow!
Ooh,
How could there be
yeah.
2 Spider-Man? There
Okay.
can't be 2 Spider-Man. Can there?
Oh,
My-
that's not a good look for DC.
Yeah, right.
Favorite superhero movie and my favorite comic book movie is an animated film. It's Into the Spider-Verse. This movie works from start to
You haven't
finish.
seen Across
It
the
does not
Spider-Verse yet.
have a bad beat in
Because
it.
it was a month ago.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying.
The
You haven't
action is
seen it yet?
amazing.
Mhm.
The emotion is amazing. The voice acting is incredible.
Yeah.
It's well directed, well written. And I
Spider-Man in that universe, but somehow travel to this universe, but you don't know how?
Oh, that was
to see all these different Spider-Man characters, Miles Morales and Peter and all the other characters working together. Come back with the footage. and
Pause
then
it
you
for a
have to see
second.
if it
I
works.
think I don't know. I just feel like
What do you feel like?
I don't know. Like when it comes to James Gunn and when it comes to DC moving forward, clearly they have work to do, right?
Mhm.
I wonder if he goes the approach of trying to do like a Into the Spider-Verse animated movie that's trying to compete, if you will,
But
or
who?
that graphical visual movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But like,
Or do they have some cartoons and then the rest is all live action?
that's what I would go with, probably. I mean, but that's the thing is no, but this is not that's the thing, but this is the thing. What character, what superhero does he go with in the DC universe? Because I mean, maybe it's just because it's so fresh in my mind, but I think it would be the Flash because Flash seems to be that kind of charismatic, kind of funny guy with personality that makes jokes.
And it would
Or
appeal
you
to
could-
kids
I
potentially.
mean,
I feel like, oh, I've got one. Robin.
but I mean, that is a good way of.
I don't think we've
breaking-
explored a Robin before.
Well, if you look in the animated series, they do some Robins, and some of the Robins they go with are a lot more serious, especially if you look into Batman, his son, and Dick Grayson with what's the show called? Teen or Titans on
Oh yeah.
on
On
HBO.
HBO.
Yeah, and so like those they've been going a lot with a lot serious roles with Robin. But I think you could be right because this could be like the Thor Ragnarok where they completely kind of changed the tone a little bit of the character. But I think they'd have to do it with Dick Grayson because I think
The person, the actor.
no, not the actor, the person, like the Robin, but there's multiple
gotcha.
Robins. Dick Grayson comes then
Are you
becomes
talking about Nightwing?
yeah, he'll become Nightwing, but he starts as Robin. And so
Hmm.
what they'll have to do, I think they'll have to start there, which is a good origin story. But of course they'd have to I think they'd have to start with Batman. Or no, not Green Lantern. Yeah, I don't know who they would have to go with because there's not a whole lot of like funny, charismatic people. I mean, that they could. I mean,
Besides the Flash,
the
really?
Flash. I mean, Shazam. He's been one of
They've
those kind
already-
of charismatic, but he's not very much the charismatic that we would want as
like for an animated series.
I guess I mean I think maybe that would be I don't know. There's just been so
or
many
they try to
animated
make a
but this is the thing with DC. DC is the king of animated series. Marvel isn't. Marvel is more, live action. DC they're the best at for sure animated. Any animated movie or series. Marvel, they're trying to get there. But why is Epic Games pulling up right now on my thing?
Axel's playing on his on your iPad.
Oh gosh, dude, I've had so many problems now with him. Like looking at it now, I woke up. Well, he thought that we were asleep, and then I'll stop sharing. He thought we were asleep last night, and I come downstairs, and he was trying to watch TV. Axel, you're grounded, dude. You can't be doing this. So we're probably taking a breaks right now from the old electronics
Technology.
Yeah. So I'm not going to be on the technology. I told him I'd do it with him. So we'll see how it goes.
Other than today.
Oh, yeah. I told him, well, I got to do work. I got to do stuff for work. Making money,
Dad.
Well, I'll say that. Let's get the podcast going and let's do the intro and we'll go. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go with
Go
the
ahead.
intro. The greatest intro of all time.
Yep.
Welcome to the Goof and Goober Show. You decide who's the goof and who's the goober. Join Matthew and Regan as they talk all things from their own personal life questions to reviews on movies and TV shows. Now, your hosts, Regan and Matthew.
Welcome, everyone, to the Goof and the Goober Show. It is me, your boy, Ragdog, or some call it Regan Dvorak. Guys, welcome to the podcast. We are starting it off. If you guys aren't here for the pre-show, you got to be here. Matthew and I went over a few of the old DC stuff since James Gunn's taken over. And we went over some of his top 5 comic book movies. We talked a little bit about that and some old Lord of the Rings and all that stuff. So be here 8 p.m. every Monday. We're here. We are proud and we are shining. We are just shining, baby. And you might have heard him already. But I need to introduce him. You need to know who is on the other side of this mic and his name. And he goes by the name Matthew Leathers. Matthew, how are you?
I am the enforcer. I enforce.
I should have never
That
given
is who
you
I
that
am.
voice changer, dude.
Mm. Yes, boys.
Gosh.
I love it.
What up, guys?
Ooh.
What up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome to episode 24.
24. That is, we are making it, dude. We really,
We are
I mean,
pushing it, dude.
that is, hey, I'll drink to that. But fun fact, in our in our 2 episodes
Who the frick
of,
was
of
that?
doing this, dude, we have made a total of $11 doing our things, dude. We are freaking racking
Oh.
in the big bucks.
Oh, so
As an
good.
accountant, you know, we're gonna be honest with you, how much we make. You know, that's probably something we should say. We're making $11 out of 24 episodes. So if we divide that, I mean, that's what, like, how much
Doing
money
it since
we-
January.
yeah.
$11 divided by 6.
I mean, we're
We're
making
making
like
$1.83 a
no,
month.
we're making like a 50 cents per episode, pretty much.
Oh, true. Yeah.
But then some of that money has already been donated, and then we had to spend money. So right now we're in the hole, though. That's the thing. We're
We
in
are
the hole.
deep.
We're deep in the hole.
We are deep. So deep.
Oh shoot. But guys, we are live here every Monday at 8 p.m. Make sure you are here for the pre-show if you're not. But if you don't want to have that much fun, but just a little bit of fun, we're glad to have you here and listening to the podcast, wherever it be, and that Podbean, my favorite, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google
So good.
Podcast,
So good.
YouTube, Facebook, and I think Twitch replays it once in a while.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. I did a pod or a live stream just on the old well, I actually did it on YouTube and Twitch the other day, and I think it's still up on there from the other day I did it. Anyways, guys, welcome to the potty. I have a lot to get to, so much to get to, especially with Secret Invasion coming out last Wednesday, right? Yep. And man, that was there's just so much to talk about with that. But before we get into that, I had a little motivation this week. Our marketing manager put out a post on our Instagram, and let me pull it up here so then you guys can see that post here. Let me show you my screen. If you're not, you're listening this on the podcast or listening and not watching, I will explain this. So right now, what we're looking at is a big picture of me dancing, and we ask the question: what do you want to see the Goof and Goober do on podcasts besides movie/show reviews? And we have a lot of good ideas from you guys. One of them coming from none other than a friend of the show, a great guy who's been on the show. We love him. And
He runs his own podcast.
Has his own podcast. Shout out to the Infinity Bros. Max Moser. He says, use AI to create an introduction for the newest Marvel Cinematic Universe TV show. Well, I took it to heart. I took that to heart, and I decided to use Chat GPT to create the newest Marvel superhero,
Oh, I
or
can't
the
wait.
newest superhero movie for the superhero community. I could ask it a different question if we want, and it can maybe make it. I don't know if you want to try question
Do they
that.
make videos?
They don't make videos. I ask it what it, and but I have it here.
I can read it if you want. or
Yeah, if you
If you
want
want
to
to read
it,
it, I don't care.
I'm gonna
Sure.
share my screen here.
I probably
Um,
read a little bit better than you, but that's okay.
Maybe.
Eh.
I went to homeschool.
Ooh.
The title of this new superhero movie is Vortex United Heroes. By the way, Vortex, freaking cool name. Wow. Chat GBT did it. It freaking did it. So, Matt, what I'm gonna have, we'll just do every other one. Can you read it?
Let me try to. Okay, I can read it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do the synopsis, and then you do Act 1. I'll do Act 2, Act 3, and every other one. Okay.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. Synopsis. In a world plagued by escalating threats, a diverse group of extraordinary individuals with unique superhuman abilities from an unprecedented alliance to combat evil and protect humanity. Vortex United Heroes follows the gripping journey of these remarkable heroes as they face their most formidable adversary yet. Oh my god.
You were so bad. Okay, Act 1. The movie opens with a high energy action sequence showcasing the individual powers of our main heroes. We meet the seasoned leader, Sentinel, whose ability to generate force fields provides invaluable protection. Alongside Sentinel is Ember, a fiery super heroine who can manipulate and control flames. As we encounter Aurora, a master of illusion, and Thunderstrike, a mighty warrior with the power to control electricity.
Oh, baby.
The city is under constant threat from the enigmatic. It's blurry on my screen.
It's all right. You got it right.
Enigmatic and
Supremely.
it's like lagging on my screen.
What the frick?
It's like pixelated.
Supremely
Powerful supervillain known as Uterus. Uterus possesses what? What? I'm literally trying to read it.
Eternus.
Eternus. Oh my god. So bad.
You think Chat
So
GPT
bad.
would call a villain?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Frick, let me restart here. Let me restart. Gosh darn it. It's freaking laggy on my screen, man.
Just take a screen.
Okay, it's not laggy anymore. I have to click it on and click it off.
Oh my god.
The city is under constant threat from the enigmatic and supremely powerful supervillain known as Eternus. Eternus possesses the ability to manipulate time and space, making him nearly unbeatable. As chaos ensues, the heroes realize that defeating Eternus requires a united front and the strength of their combined powers.
Act.
Can I just say that literally just sounds like the Avengers and the Fantastic Four combined?
It kind of does, but it's true.
There's Thor, Thunderstrike, Aurora, Master of Illusions, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
We've got Ember as the Human Torch.
But I think
and
Ember,
Sentinel.
this is Chat GPT. I can ask it again and regenerate a response. But at their request to defeat Eternus, the heroes embark on a thrilling adventure searching for ancient relics scattered across the globe. It sounds like Infinity War. These relics, rumored to contain immense cosmic energy, are the key to unlocking Eternus' vulnerabilities. Their journey takes them to exotic locations, testing their physical and mental limits. Along the way, they encounter other superhumans who are initially skeptical of their intentions. Gradually, they earn the trust of these individuals who join their cause and add unique ability to their growing rosters of heroes. Meanwhile, Eternus becomes aware of the heroes' missions and sends a legion of powerful minions to stop them. The heroes face intense battles, honing their teamwork, and discovering new ways to combine their powers to maximize impact.
Close.
This is good.
As the heroes amass the relics, they realize that they need to harness an unprecedented level of synergy to stand a chance against Eternus. Together, they unlock the true potential of their powers and form an extraordinary collective energy known as the Vortex. With this newfound power, they breach Eternus's fortress, settling the stage for an epic showdown. The climactic battle between Eternus and the United Heroes pushes the boundaries of their abilities. Each hero demonstrates remarkable growth, utilizes their powers in innovative ways, and displayed unwavering courage. The struggle reaches its pinnacle as Sentinel confronts Eternus head on, using the full force of the Vortex to weaken the villain.
No.
In the final, heart-pounding moment, Ember unleashes an all-consuming blaze, engulfing Eternus and trapping him within the impenetrable prison. The heroes stand triumphant, their unity and determination saving the city from impending doom. Man, that is so good! That is so good, dude.
The
That's freaking
epilogue.
great.
Hang on, the epilogue. We still got to do the epilogue.
Yeah, but I'm like a third act guy. So
yeah,
everything else.
You just you wait. Just you wait. You hear this. With
All right,
Eternus defeated, the heroes emerge as the beacon of hope for a world desperately in need of protection. They establish a permanent headquarters, the Hero Nexus, where they can share their knowledge, train new recruits, and monitor emerging threats. The movie ends with a glimpse of the hero's ongoing journey, teasing new adventures and challenges that lie ahead. As the screen fades to black, a post-credit scene hints at the introduction of a powerful new villain, leaving audience eager for the next installment in the superhero community's ever-expanding cinematic universe. Vortex United Heroes is an action-packed superhero extravaganza that celebrates the power of unity, courage, and the indomitable spirit of heroism.
Oh, so good. So good.
Yeah, dude. Can
Oh,
you
man.
freaking believe that? I mean, man, I kind of wanted to regenerate a whole new one.
Dude, that's good, dude.
It was
That's
really good.
They make
Oh,
scripts.
I had it regenerate a new one.
Oh,
You want to hear? Let me
dude,
just give you.
let's do it.
You want to go again?
Dude, I'll read one more. Let's do one
Okay,
more.
hang on. It's still going. We're on act
You
3.
just go to
right now.
openai.com or what? What is
No,
it?
I looked at chat.openai.com. Yeah.
Chat.openai.com.
This one, the title is Rise of the Elemental
sign in?
Guardians. Yeah, I used our
Okay.
login stuff.
Sick.
Dude, shout out to the also, I mean, the Infinity Bros liked our video on Facebook and shared our video. So shout out to them for giving us likes
Oh,
and
thanks, guys.
sharing us. That's
Oh, by the way, with the Infinity Bros, so they're our boys, by the way.
Mhm.
We actually, the funny thing is we didn't really, I mean, I didn't really hang out with them because they were all older than me.
yeah.
But we all went to the same school. so,
that's true.
That's how we're connected. But I was on their TikTok live stream that they were doing. They have live streaming on TikTok. They were playing Magic the Gathering. So they said
When?
we should start doing TikTok. It was a couple days ago. It's like 2
You
days ago,
did?
or yesterday. Yeah.
Dude, I didn't know that. I thought
Hey,
we
man.
have a TikTok. I thought we
They
started
said we
a
should
TikTok.
start creating content for our TikTok.
Well, this is our opportunity. Is it like I don't know. That's that's our marketing, our social media manager, who, by the way, is killing it.
She is killing it.
By the way, we'll be having some new merch coming out, guys, for you guys to check it out. We'll
She
add
is
it.
whipping some up.
Mhm.
She's
Um,
killing it.
So, anyways, we're gonna get going on this new superhero movie. Oh gosh, that Chat GPT has. Oh gosh, Matthew, you're gonna get us banned.
Not if we're talking.
Well, I don't know. Anyways, well, we got to get going because there's so much to talk about today, and I
Okay,
want to get
okay,
through this,
okay.
but I want to get through this other Chat GPT question. And I'm kind of excited because the title of this, let me share it with you. The title for this one, it's this one, is Rise of the Elemental Guardians.
Mm.
Genre, action, adventure, superhero. Thank you.
Oh, so good. So good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. So they have like bullet points. This is interesting. This one's a little bit different. So, logline. When an ancient evil threatens to plunge the world into eternal darkness, a team of extraordinary superheroes must harness their unique elemental powers and unite as the elemental guardians to serve humanity and restore balance to the universe.
So good.
Matthew, want to do Act 1?
Yeah, I'll do Act 1. Act 1, introduction of the Elemental Guardians. So the movie's going to open with a brief history of the superhero community,
Okay.
showcasing their past achievements and their dedication to protecting the world.
Okay.
They're going to introduce the core members of the Elemental Guardians. Ember, oh gosh,
What
a
the
fierce pyrokinetic who controls fire and channels her energy through martial arts. Ooh, that would be pretty cool. Sounds kind of like Avatar, but we'll see. Aqua, a water manipulator with the ability to control the tides and heal others. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, sounds like Avatar.
Sounds exactly like Avatar. Arrow, a master of the air, capable of flight and creating devastating storms.
Okay. This is sounding an awful lot like something.
Wow. Terra, a powerful earthbender. Oh, I know what earthbending is. Able to shape the land and control plants. Now, we don't really see too much of that in the Avatar.
No, but I mean that's a cool way of putting it, like a twist on the Avatar as a superhero type thing.
Yeah.
That's the only
creating plants,
but like
controlling them.
I mean, that'd be interesting.
Like, imagine if they had like what are those called? The fly traps. Imagine if they were able
Venus
to
flytrap.
Venus flytrap. Imagine if they were able to like Plants vs Zombies it and create bigger Venus flytraps or something.
Yeah, I mean that'd be
cool.
freaking sweet.
Be freaking sweet. Part 2 of Act 1, unveiling the ancient evil. A series of mysterious events occur worldwide, indicating the return of an ancient evil force known as Malador. The Guardians are alerted to these disturbances and realize that they must unite to stop this imminent threat. They seek guidance from their wise mentor and elder superhero who possesses ancient knowledge. Part 3 of Act 1. The Guardians training. The Guardians embark on a journey to different locations to unlock the full potential of their elemental powers. Sounds kind of like Avatar. Each Guardian faces personal challenges and learns to harness their strength, overcoming their doubts and fears. During their training, they discover the existence of ancient relics that hold immense power, which can aid them in their battle against Malador. I feel like this would be like a TV series.
Yeah,
like
I feel like
should be a full TV series.
Yeah, like I feel like I agree because it's gotta like either that or like Justice League Snyder cut, like a 4-hour long movie.
Really,
But like,
long
I think
movie.
it would be better for it to be a TV show because this is actually, I mean, no joke, no joke. This is actually sounding really good compared to the last movie.
Yeah.
This is this is a good twist that you could
Wash your
go
face,
with
my dogs.
the Avatar: The Last Airbender and twist it into an actual like superhero movie. And it kind of sounds though a little bit of Guardian or not Guardians of the Galaxy, but um Infinity War. It's kind of gotten that little taste in it to me. So let's go on to Act 2. Assembling the team. The Guardians gather in their headquarters and forge a strong bond as a team. They develop strategies and formulate a plan to locate and to retrieve the ancient relics, scattering across the globe. Along the way, they encounter various obstacles, including powerful minions controlled by Malador, who are determined to prevent the Guardians from succeeding. Screw you, man.
You're getting into your black gold. Chopped
Black
on.
gold, chopped on.
You're starting to get into that.
Don't
voice.
worry. Quest for the relics. The Guardians embark on a thrilling quest, traversing dangerous environments and confronting treacherous challenges. Each Guardian's unique abilities are put to the test as they battle through elemental traps, fierce adversaries, and mind-bending puzzles. They showcase their teamwork and rely on each other's strengths to overcome these obstacles and retrieve the relics. The battle begins. The Guardians finally possess all the relics, unlocking their true potential and achieving their elemental mastery. Malador reveals himself, launching a devastating attack on the city, causing chaos and despair. The Guardians face their ultimate challenge as they confront Malador, engaging in a spectacular battle to protect the innocent and save the world from destruction.
So good.
Dude, you know what? This could be a really good TV series. I think you're right. Like Act 1 could be a season, Act 2 could be a season, and Act 3 could be a season. Like, yeah.
Called it. Act 3, the final showdown. The Guardians engage in an epic battle against Malador, utilizing their unique powers and combining their abilities to counter his dark forces. As the battle intensifies, the Guardians must dig deep within themselves, finding the strength to overcome their individual weaknesses and fight as one. The battle takes them through different dimensions and unleashes unimaginable powers as the fate of the world hangs in the balance. That sounds friggin' sweet.
Yeah.
Battling in different dimensions.
That's what I was going to say.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that idea. Good job, Chat GPT. That was pretty cool. Then we get to the triumph of the Elemental Guardians. Through sheer determination and sacrifice, the Elemental Guardians finally defeat Malador and restore peace to the world. The Guardians are hailed as does that say hailed?
Yep, hailed.
Are hailed as heroes, recognized by the superhero community and humanity as a symbol of hope and protection. They return to their daily lives knowing that their bond as the Elemental Guardians will endure, ready to face any future threats to ensure safety of the world. With breathtaking action sequence, emotional character arcs, and awe-inspiring visuals. That was pretty good.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was. I would say, okay.
Any changes?
It is a little bit like Avatar, right? At the beginning.
100%.
But I like the Avatar. So I'd be willing to see it.
But like, I don't think anyone's ever made like a knockoff superhero with like type of Avatar, because that's what really the Avatar: The Last Bender is, just a bunch of people with super powers, you know?
Yeah.
And if anything, if if the Incredibles have ever taught us anything, is that if everyone's super,
Nobody's
no one-
super.
No one is.
I'm incredible. The
Yeah.
worst, the best villain arc of all time. He came back years after to friggin' try to kill Mr. Incredible, and he
Mhm.
failed.
Freaking showed him up, man. It freaking showed him up.
Ah, man,
Man, that was
I will
actually,
be your sidekick.
I enjoyed that.
I work
very
alone,
much.
buddy. Sorry, go ahead. Such a good movie, dude.
It really is, dude. I love Mr. Incredible. But I want to thank Max Moser for that fun little snippet of Chat GPT. And we're gonna probably have to do something like that again because
maybe we'll make maybe we'll do like a Instagram TikTok video using Chat GPT to give us the ideas.
yeah, that'd be a good idea. Actually, I think we can. We just need some ideas. That's really what it is. And
That's what
Max
Chat GPT is
Moser-
for.
Max Moser has got the ideas, and we can run with it, and we can freaking let's do it. And
So
man,
good.
if Max is watching this, we need you on the team, man. We got $10, we got $11. We'll pay you $11 to be on the we'll pay $11. Well, we actually got interviews actually right now for people trying to get on. So sorry, Max. Actually, well, we can maybe get you on. We can, I don't know.
$5. $5.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, $5.
We can split it with the
Split
person
it.
that we hire, obviously.
They get 50%. We split the 50.
Well, that will do it with our Chat GPT. That was a incredible story that Chat GPT came up with the rise of the Elemental Guardians. And that sounds like a great show for us, maybe in the future. BTW, if Netflix or one of those guys streaming platforms come out and like, oh, we made this. No, it was Chat GPT. But we are going to be moving on from this to get into the main event of the week. And this might be a secret invasion. This show might be the next show that we take on. Because
Next big thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's the first episode. Episode, and we have a lot to unlock and unfold and try to understand because there's so much that is happening in the very first episode to try to unwrap and unravel and try to understand because it really was like, what in the world are we watching? Kind of thing. I mean, did you get that feeling, Matt?
Non-spoiler little topic here is throughout the entire episode, I'm just thinking to myself, what has been real, what hasn't been real,
Yeah.
and how do I do this without spoiling?
That's
I'm
the
gonna be
thing.
very careful here.
I don't think we can.
I don't think we can, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay,
quickly.
give it a shot.
Is this show is gonna make you have to think. It's gonna
Yep.
make you have to be okay with potential loss.
Yeah.
And I think as we move forward, it's open season, basically, after this first episode. Let's just say that. It's open season. You don't know. Your brain's gonna be like, what's going on? And I love it. I'm along for the ride.
Yeah, it
I think
reminds. No, go ahead.
it made me think about my favorite of all time genre of TV shows, movies is thriller, suspenseful, and like mind game shows. Anytime I turn on Netflix, anytime I go on Apple TV, I'm trying to figure out if I can find a thriller or a suspenseful show that's not like horror or possession. I hate those types of movies. But they're suspenseful, they're mind games, and they're thrillers. And this one, I definitely got those vibes. I would argue I've got similar vibes to The Last of Us. And that's just me saying it
Yeah.
without saying any spoilers.
Well, that's what I was gonna say is like this could be the next Last of Us TV series that
for us.
Because we didn't really know reviewing The Last of Us that we were just gonna keep going with each episode.
It was so
And
good.
It was so good. Like every episode just kept getting better and better, and you couldn't stop. Be like, we got to do it. We have to review it. And so, these episodes, The Secret Invasion, I think. I mean, depending on this next episode, I think it's going to be what we. It's
What's going on?
Nothing. It's gonna be us. We'll have to try to. I don't know. So I'm sorry. Let me go back. Let me take a step back and get to where I was actually going to get to and what I wanted to actually talk about, because this first episode really reminded me of a game we played.
Yes.
It reminded me so much of this game, and I love this game because it's literally, and I feel like this is really a game we're playing. Secret Hitler is where you have Nazis and fascists, and you're trying to figure out who are the Nazis and who's Hitler, and you have to figure out it's by asking questions. And what we got to do is ask questions and deal with people and get them to think about what's going on. So in Secret Hitler, it's just you don't know who is who until the end of the game. You don't know who to trust. The only person you can trust is yourself. And it's so hard to try to trust other people in this game. And that's what this whole episode and I'm going to see through this whole series, because you have no idea who to trust or who not to trust, who is a Skrull and who is not a Skrull, because there's no telling even if Nick Fury is a Skrull or not, because that is where I am like, do I trust who in this whole Secret Invasion whole series can I trust? I step back and I rewatched the whole episode. And I'm like, I don't know who to trust. This is like reminds me of The Sixth Sense, because I feel like they're trying to pull something underneath the rug and be like, this is who you can trust. Nick Fury. Nick Fury's the one you can trust, but he's the one that came on an alien ship. Oh, hang on. Before we get into that, I'm just gonna give you guys a warning now. We're gonna do the spoiler review. So if you haven't seen Secret Wars and you want to see it without any spoilers, this would be your time to kind of pause it, go watch it, then come back and start all over. But if you're loving it and you want to get in, sorry, Matthew had to use a bathroom. Apparently it was bad. But if you guys want to get into it, well, why don't you get Kaylee on? Where's Kaylee? If you guys do want to or don't care about spoilers or anything, then you can keep playing and we're going to do it. But here's the spoiler warning. Spoiler. This is your spoiler warning. Spoiler. Okay, so this whole TV series starts with basically one guy, agent. Oh, frick, what's his name? Everett Ross, Agent Ross, meeting up with another agent. I don't think you've ever met him before, and he's telling him about the scrolls, and then you find out that Agent Ross is a scroll in himself, and that just puts you in this whole.
Freaking read the synopsis. Oh, gosh, dude. My stomach was
Dude.
killing me, man. Sorry, guys. It's freaking killing me.
I can't
Frick.
believe you, dude.
Let me read the synopsis for you guys.
All right. Nick Fury learns of a secret invasion of Earth by a faction of shape-shifting squirrels. Fury joins his allies, and together they race against time to thwart an imminent Skrull invasion and save humanity. It is created by Kyle Bradstreet, and let me get it.
Directed by Ali Salim. Starring
Nice or not.
Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. Ben Mendelsohn as Talos. Kobe Smolder as Maria Hill. Agent Maria Hill, by the way. Olivia Colman. Sonia Falsforth. Martin Freeman as Agent Everett Ross. We got Amelia Clark as Gaia. Don Cheadle playing Rhodey. Kingsley. Ben Adir as Gravik. And I think those are the notable ones.
Samuel Adewunmi as Beto.
Samuel
Beto's the
Adewunmi
kind of
as
the
Beto.
leader, wasn't he?
No. Kingsley. Ben Adir was.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep.
So
That's our-
Talo, was that?
Go ahead. I was just gonna
So-
say that's the synopsis and
Yeah.
some-
So what I was gonna say is, like, after I watched the Secret Invasion, I went back and watched Captain Marvel, and Talos, that character or that scroll guy, is in Captain Captain Marvel, and he is one of the scrolls capturing Captain Marvel. And it's interesting. I don't know. The whole thing is just so interesting how it is all coming together in this whole series. But I mean, bravo to Marvel getting this cast and crew all together, because Ben Mendelsohn, whatever, is a friggin' dog. And then my wife was telling straight dog. But Tyler was telling, my wife was telling me Amelia Clark is a amazing actor. I don't know.
Yeah, she's from Game of Thrones, man.
Yeah, that's what my wife was saying.
She plays Khaleesi.
I don't watch that movie, but
Show.
and
TV show.
then they got friggin' Don Cheadle, Rodney,
Don Cheadle.
and Martin Freeman. They got, like, I mean, and then Kobe Smulders is just like, man, they went all out in this cast. And so, like, I don't know, that I mean, right off the bat with just the cast, I'm impressed from the first episode. We'll see what happens in these next two episodes or next few episodes. I mean, let alone they got Samuel L. Jackson to do a TV series. And, like, what actor nowadays? I mean, it's kind of crazy. Like, when growing up, I feel like no actor really wanted to be a part of a TV series. But now it's like TV series are the thing. Like, you want to be in a good TV series if you can make it a good series, TV series. Hang on.
Did you get it?
No, it was. I don't.
He's
think
right
I
there,
did.
right behind you.
No, he's in front of me. He's on my freaking
Turn to your
water
right.
bottle.
Turn to your right.
No, it'd be my left.
Top right.
No, it's right over my left.
Nope, the other way near the on-air sign. And right there. Right there.
Got him. Yeah, I'm a friggin' baller. Just friggin' snatched him in friggin' midair. Matthew, I mean, we haven't given our rating. And maybe we can do it at the end. But
Easy 5 out of 5. Easy 5 out of 5.
you're just giving it right off of 5 out of 5.
Easily a 5 out of 5.
Okay,
Yes.
well, let's walk through it. So why?
You cut out there.
I said, let's walk through this. Why?
Well, first things first, like I said at the beginning before, this show it hits on all of my favorite things, right? So right at the beginning in the show, we see Agent Everett Ross, right? So he's the guy he got captured in Infinity War. He helped out the Avengers. He helped out Black Panther in Black Panther 2. I don't know if this is confirmed or not. I don't know if this guy was a Skrull or not, but it had me questioning at the beginning
Right.
of what was everything that we watched a real Everett Ross, right? Agent Everett Ross, or was it a Skrull this entire time? Because come to find out, right? Like he dies after
Right.
being chased by a Talos, which we didn't know was Talos at the beginning, right? So come to find out he dies, and we're like, oh shoot, he's a Skrull. So my whole brain, right as he dies, I'm thinking to myself, is this the guy? Is this the actual guy? They're two, the
Right.
Avengers, and what complications does that play moving forward with the relationship between Black Panther and Shield and Saber and all those other
Right.
people now, right? So that was the first thing that popped up in my mind, right? And Regan might have like a better idea, because I watched it one time and I watched it right before we got on the pod here. So for me, that's what I felt, but I don't know.
Yeah, rewatching that whole part just gave me the whole sense of like, I don't know who to trust even from the get-go, because I mean, at the end of this episode, I still have no idea who to trust. I don't know, like I was saying, is like, I don't even know if I can trust Nick Fury, because Nick Fury came from the scrolls, and he's like just came in, and you're okay, you got to trust him, and it's just like, where do I go? What who am I supposed to trust? Like I was saying, like with the secret Hitler in this game, it just reminded me so much, because there was a point in this game that me and Matthew were playing. Is just like one person's telling me one thing, and then the other person's telling me this other thing, and it's so true from the beginning, the intro, because what the guy was saying in the intro about what do you do when you can't trust anyone? Like you have no idea what information to trust. And
You missed a lot, Lewis. You missed a lot.
so
The
much,
boys did
Lewis.
so much. We had GPT up. We had, oh man, what else? Looked at James Gunn, his
Mhm.
favorite comic book superheroes
Yeah.
or movies. What else did we do? Man, we did a lot. You missed
Yeah.
out, Lewis.
Man, but it's all right. It's all right. Lewis
okay.
He truly is a legend. But yeah, like we're talking about Secret Invasion now, that this first episode. Wagyu? What?
50 ounce of Wagyu. Yeah, that's like a steak. Jeez, a 50-ounce Wagyu. Jeez, give me
Lewis,
one of those. Frick.
what are you friggin' doing for a living?
Those are expensive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah, but like I'm trying to understand though right now of like who do I trust in this episode? Like there's like I can't think of anyone I can't trust, and I'm not going to be able to find out anyone I can trust until somebody shows me until somebody shows me like they make something to differentiate between the scrolls of who is a scroll and who is not, because I don't know who is a scroll and who is not, and you get that feeling from the very beginning because you got, I'm sorry, my freaking, I'm burping all over. You got Agent Ross coming in and you thought, oh, I can trust Ross. He's a good guy. Mendelsohn.
He's talking about Talos. I can't trust Ben Mendelsohn. He's a villain in my mind. Yeah, I think I agree. I think he's but here's the thing. I'm also like, he buddied with Nick Fury, but I think it was just a way for him to get on Earth and to have access to Earth without having to be like the Red Light or, having the Avengers or Shield on his butt. Now he's kind of doing it freely. So that's where I'm like 50-50, but you are absolutely right. There's another board game out there, just like Secret Hitler. It's called Resistance. And it's like, I think it's like the Spies and then some other group. And you send these people on missions and you can like pass or fail. It's like the battle of each side, basically. It's just like Secret Hitler. Yeah, but this whole show, I want it to be like a Secret Hitler or a Resistance type game, right? Like I want to feel like I can't trust anybody at this point, especially early on, because at the end, if they do it right, there will be a payoff, right? And I don't know what that payoff will be because I really don't know the direction of the show just yet. Like I kind of have some hint here and there, but that's the whole like idea of those games like that and stuff like this.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to understand, and that's the thing I'm still trying to wrap my mind around and wanting to know about who to trust, because I think you're right with Talos or Ben Mendelsohn. Because like there was a time when they had to fight that one scroll guy that was giving the bomb to Gia, I think is her name. Is that how you say it? Jaya.
I think that's how you say it.
And like that guy, he did not want Nick Fury to kill. Like he did not want him to kill this guy specifically. And like when Nick Fury came, like after he shot him, he went up to grab him and he's like, I told you I got this. Like I told you I had it, even though you was losing badly. And yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if I trust Fury either. I don't know who to trust in this. And I'm trying to understand who's got my back in this. Who's got my back in the Secret Invasion. And it's just like, I want to know. But like, I love it at the same time, because in these games I was playing, like what's it called? What was the game that we, not the Resistance. Secret Hitler is just like, I don't know who to trust, but I need to find out who I can trust. And I just need to find out now.
Okay, I got a quick question. How does SHIELD not know that, or how is SHIELD not infiltrated the scroll base in the radioactive or in the whatever the place that they're at, the place where the radioactive area that they can't be sensed at, but they know that they're there, right? Like
that was my question too, because I was talking to my wife about it. My wife is all thing like medical science thing. She's a freaking, I don't know, book smart genius. Anyways, I was like, if that's a big old radioactive area, the radioactive rays would get on their clothes, and then when they would actually go into town, that would project to other people, I would feel like. And so like, I don't know, that was one of his like, and she's like, yeah, that wouldn't work out. And I was like, yeah, I'm a friggin' genius.
She's got no friggin' clue, man. She's got no friggin' clue. I was confused by Shield chasing people on foot. Don't they have levitating giant aircraft carriers? They can't get them like a little jetpack. Yeah, I don't know. I think they want to be as like inconspicuous as possible. I think that's the word, right? Inconspicuous. Not
Are you
clearly visible or attracting attention. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Inconspicuous as possible, right? Like they, out there with Glocks, like your neighborhood cop. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I also like. I think it personally makes sense because it's the type of villain that they're going around chasing. Basically, is these people want to fly under the radar, basically, and they want to not be noticed. So if they come out and bring jetpacks, or they have Iron Man, or they have Captain America, or whoever, Thor, or any of those other people, that's going to raise people's awarenesses, and then all of their covers are going to be blown. And then now they're really off that trail. So I could see how that makes sense. But what I'm confused about is in the show, they explain that they know where these people are, basically, right? They know, they have an idea, right? You could, in theory, use one of the aircraft carriers to go invisible, because it goes invisible, to be able to navigate over those areas without any complication. You could absolutely do that and then figure out where they are and then plan an attack based off of that. Now,
The
I
other
don't
thing
know.
is, though, Shield's no longer existent, right?
I'm pretty sure Shield is up.
I think wasn't it disband or whatever when with
I'm looking. Let's see.
with
Because I know they have Saber. They mentioned Saber,
yeah,
obviously.
and I guess
I mean, if they
yeah.
have Shield,
but that's the other
Saber, they
thing.
got
I mean, you
Shield,
could,
man.
but the other thing is that you could say that they're aliens and they already have the technology to kind of see through that. They know if they're flying above them or not. You could say that they have some type of technology. I mean, but
You could say a lot of different things.
you could
but
say
I
a
think,
lot, right?
I think the reason why they didn't go that route is because of the people that they're trying to be as inconspicuous as possible, be under the radar. Shield was devolved in Captain America. Okay, is how it was.
Yeah.
But they do have Saber, which I think they coincide some way, somehow. I don't know. But obviously Nick Fury is still operating under Shield because he still has his agents, he still has people, but it's not a organization. I don't know. But
let's talk about Nick Fury real quick, because I think that's a huge point, because it made me think, man, I didn't really think about it about this in the perspective of Nick Fury of when Thanos had the blip and when Nick Fury basically losing, I mean, in theory of what they were talking about in the series or in the episode about how Nick Fury was feeling, because he is more likely feeling like he was trying to prepare for the greatest threat that could ever come, and then it basically came, and then he wasn't prepared. He couldn't stop it, and like that is basically his entire life, his whole character, his whole world is revolving about being one step ahead of everyone.
Three
and
steps.
having 3 steps in front. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
I said it in the show.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't know that.
but being 3 steps ahead of everyone, and then Thanos came and he realized that he's never been 3 steps ahead of everyone, and his whole basically life crumbles upon himself. So, I mean, what did you think about that whole with Nick Fury and him being this whole oh my gosh.
First off, okay. So first off is I didn't think that this Nick Fury was the Nick Fury that we saw get blipped, personally.
Hmm.
When Infinity War happened and we got the post-credit scene of him and the agent getting blipped, I personally didn't think that was him. Okay. So when he comes off of the ship in episode 1, I'm thinking we're getting a whole new Nick Fury. The other person wasn't Nick Fury, it was a Skrull. So that was my first reaction to it.
Hmm.
So I thought in my head, okay, what do I trust about the things that happened before, the stories that were, you know, the plot points that happened because of Nick Fury, basically, right? Like, because if he put together this team, this is why this happened. Really, if you put it together, right? If that wouldn't have happened, maybe it didn't. Maybe you know, Thanos wouldn't have came, right? Or did he know what was going to happen and then he was 3 steps ahead? He knew that he wasn't going to get blipped. That's why he was in space, and the story happened the way he thought it would happen. The way people time traveled, the way that Doctor Strange came back. I could see Nick Fury being basically in control and knowing what's going to happen potentially before it could have happened, personally, just based off of the fact that I don't think that was him at the end of Endgame or Infinity War when he got blipped. I could see Nick Fury from all of the other movies being a Skrull. Yep. They still needed to defeat those people to live on Earth. You feel? Yeah. With this being the actual Nick Fury. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking, right? Like, everything beforehand happened for a reason. He was 3 steps ahead. That's why he was preparing for the galactic level threat that is of the next phase, if that makes sense, right? That was my good point, Kimosabe. Yeah, exactly. That was my thought on it. Maybe I'm stretching, but it makes sense following the story. Is he's been up in space? Why has he been up in space?
So you think
He knows things are going to happen.
You think he's been up in space since the Avengers, or I mean, Captain Marvel?
I would argue that they confirmed Far From Home Fury was Talos. Oh, that's right. Exactly. They confirmed it. They confirmed it in Far From Home. Exactly. I knew that for a reason. John Watts did. Yep.
Sorry.
So
you think?
could argue,
so how far back do you think this Nick Fury has
dude,
been a Skrull?
Man, I don't think it's as far as Captain Marvel. Maybe.
I mean, it has to start from the Captain
Be,
Marvel.
I mean, it could. Him being in space, I think it started maybe the Avengers time. Right after the first Avengers, he sees the basic world level or the Earth level threat that happens from the what are they called? The Nazgari, I think is what they're called. Thanos's people. They come in, Avengers 1. He realizes that there's a problem, and from that point forward, he has been off-world. Ever since then. I think. Now, I have no real bearing, but I think that makes the most sense, because in Age of Ultron, that threat was created from Tony, from creating Vision, and then Vision making Ultron, basically, right? Where I see Nick Fury really saying, "Oh crap, I've really got to prepare for XYZ," it's Avengers. If I've got to prepare for this off-world threat, I've got to go now. I don't know. That's what my thought is. And we're conspiracy.
Probably.
We're creating theories. None of this is
No. I
canon,
agree. No, it's not true to the degree. But like, what I'd say is you could go back to Captain Marvel, because this is the first time. I mean, Nick Fury has interaction with aliens and really confirms it, that there are Skrulls. and then to understand it, I don't know, that you could maybe start from there and go to now, but then what's the whole point of Nick Fury? I don't know. It's so
It'd be
interesting
like
because it's just like I don't, and this is what I love about it so much, and I hate about it because I don't know who to trust. I freaking hate it. I freaking hate it with all my freaking life, dude. It's just like tell me who to trust, and I'll trust that person. But you giving me no one to trust in this whole episode. You've given me no one to trust in this whole season, and I
I
don't
love it.
know.
I love it.
Well, no, I love it. I'm not
It's
saying
so
I
good.
hate it. I mean, but
I
I
love that
love it and I
they're
hate it.
making it hard. I love that they're making it hard because we've been a lot of what we've been given in the MCU has been like handed to us essentially, right? And we know like, hey, at some point this is gonna make sense, and now we're finally at a point where, okay, what the frick's going on? Um, yeah, it is a gritty vibe. But this show kind of gives us something that we haven't seen, which is like we've always loved Iron Man, Captain America, Spider-Man, all of these fantastic characters, and we've always known, okay, they're gonna win, right? It almost gives like an Infinity War vibe, is that we come to a point where we lose, and now we're heartbroken back in Infinity War. Now we're in a similar state where we're just like, we're lost.
Mm.
We're lost, but it's not a bad loss. It's like a good loss. We're like a mystery loss versus like anything else we've ever given is more of just like Quantumania. Like we were handed everything, right? There was no mystery. There was no why did this happen, right? It all explained it. We get this first episode and we know nothing. Basically, we're lost. I'm lost. I don't know who to
Yeah.
trust. I don't know what the next episode's going to entail. And I'll just jump to it. At the end, we get a death. We get a
Yeah.
death. And
We
a
get
death
it, dude.
that we needed to see in Quantumania, to be honest with you. We needed to see someone dying in that show, in that
Mhm.
movie, right? But this show takes everything we've known about MCU. Yeah, rest in peace, Robin. Seriously.
Mm.
We get
Oh,
an
I Met Your
MCU
Mother.
product. How I Met Your Mother, baby. We get a show that is like, we take everything that we know about the MCU, and now we're going to confuse everybody by not giving them characters that we trust, confusing them as, is what we watched supposed to happen? Are these characters that we love and adore real? Like, are they scrolls? Who do we trust? And on the first episode, we're going to kill Robin. Right?
I mean, that's that. I
I'm
don't
glad
know.
that MODOK died too. But I personally think, and I don't know if Lewis, you watched our Quantumania episode. I think I gave it a really low score. We both did. But I thought that, I won't speak for Regan, is that Scott Lang or Janet should have died, or someone from the good side, and they shouldn't have killed or messed with old what's his nuts? What was his name? Oh my gosh, King the Conqueror.
Yeah.
But this show, they go out, first one, they go out and kill one of the I mean, she's a pretty notable character in the MCU at this point, right? She's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's been across multiple different movies. She hasn't played a huge part, but I mean, she plays a huge role. She was in Avengers 1 and Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
She was in Spider-Man Far From Home. I didn't even know that. She's in Endgame. I didn't know that.
yeah.
Dude, she's been in almost every big time Captain Marvel, the Winter Soldier. Like, she's been in some significant roles. So seeing her die, it wasn't like an Iron Man death. It was like oh shoot, she's pretty significant and she died. I'm gonna live through it, but They tested the waters and killed somebody first episode, which is not something Marvel's done ever.
Well, not to be like, she's in four more episodes.
How?
So well, I don't know, but that's what I'm seeing on IMDb, is that she's in more episodes.
I see
Uh,
one episode.
I see 4.
Says
Episode
one
one,
for me. But
1, episode 4, 5, and 6. That's what I'm seeing. Where are you looking at?
maybe she comes in as a scroll. Somebody
Well,
uses her
she could
image as a
be.
scroll. and then
Well,
they have to
that's the
counter it.
thing. You have no idea who to trust, because maybe she faked it. Because this is also Shield we're dealing with.
I hate this freaking show.
It's like they try. We have two people that are trying to be like, we're gonna friggin' trick you, and they're tricking both of each other here now. One's just playing other people. One's just go, oh, I died. Never mind, I'm back. It's just like, what the frick?
They
is
better not
going-
pull a freaking Loki then.
Oh, dude, who knows what'll happen in this?
Oh,
My question, though, Matthew, is I want to ask you, who do you think, like, do you think there's going to be any more cameos? Like, do you think there could be some more, like, superhero cameos in this? Like, maybe bringing in Miss Marvel, maybe Ant-Man, or Loki. I mean, what do you think?
if I'm gonna, I mean, I think the easiest choice. No. I mean, I think the easiest choice would be Bruce Banner,
Mm,
just because he was working with Nick Fury in space, but I don't know how much sense that will make in this movie. My second option would be that they bring back Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr.
that
I feel like they could pull it off in this show. I feel like they could. And not necessarily, it could be a scroll just being Robert Downey Jr.'s character, right? But I think that's something you could pull off potentially. I don't know. I think it'd be very hard to pull in anybody from the maybe Captain America. I don't know.
Steve Rogers.
I don't know. I have no Steve Rogers potentially. Like the problem with this show is that I mean really it's not meant for any of the Avenger level characters, right? Like if you wanted to bring in Scarlet Witch, you really couldn't, because she wouldn't really fit this
Mhm.
type of role, or Doctor Strange or Hulk, or heck, maybe Hawkeye. I don't know. I think that would be a toss up. I think
Well,
it's open season, that it's Secret Invasion, man. Like anybody's
True.
capable of being in it. But realistically, I don't think any of the big time characters.
You don't think like big time, like, Bruce Banner?
I think
or any of
RDJ
them?
could be an option. And I think the most easy answer, like I said, I think Bruce Banner potentially. I think that would be the easiest answer, because he had worked with Nick Fury in space. We saw it in, you didn't watch She-Hulk, but the first episode was him flying in on the spaceship from space, talking about how he's off world with Nick Fury. So
That's
know.
interesting. I mean, there's so much, because there's so many movies and episodes that we can go back and look at and just try to analyze how that is interacting with this show, like She-Hulk or Captain Marvel or Spider-Man Far From Home, or Avengers. There's so many we can try to clip it and try to figure out and make sense of this first episode. I mean, it's the first episode, and we're just trying to understand more of what happened and what's going on and what's going to happen. And it's It's a little early, but
Actually, I just thought about one. I just thought about one that could be a potential person, and I think it could fit in. Okay.
okay.
So let me make sure. Do we know that Baron Baron Zemo is dead? Did he die?
Mm,
Did Baron Zemo die? Did Baron Zemo die?
I don't think so.
His
We have-
ray guns shot and hit a rock, starting an avalanche that killed him. And Captain America felt bad, but no, that's not it.
I don't think we've
think
got
he-
any confirmation. I'm trying to
I
think.
think he's
mean,
alive.
I don't remember anything
Hmm.
off the top of my head. If we're just going off of my
Okay.
top of my head,
I've
I
got
just
two.
remember him being captured.
Okay. I've got two. Okay. I've got Baron Zemo, potentially, could fit into this role. Could. I feel like he's in prison. I think he's in prison. I think so. I can't remember. There's just so much. But I feel like if anything, he would be one that would be a part of it, potentially. Okay. The other one, which could be on Nick Fury's side potentially, is he plays the U.S. agent from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or Bucky Barnes, or the U.S. agent. The reason is this would be the type of level that they would be successful in.
Yeah.
They would thrive in a show like this potentially. Now I don't know how valid that would be, but if I'm just thinking about because you asked the question, what other characters do you think we could bring in? I feel like those could potentially be like that. They would be really good fits for this potential show. Could be. I don't know.
I mean, and it is kind of based in Russia too. This whole premise is based in Russia, kind of in his kind of territory. So I could see that, and that would be kind of a
Or we get a glimpse of Thunderbolts. Boom! Oh, that's a good one. Thunderbolts, because it's about to come out, I think, at the end of the year, which would be from Black Widow. We're in Russia. You could bring in what's his name? What's his name? Guy from Stranger Things. Guy from Stranger
I know
Things.
what you mean.
Oh my gosh. He plays oh my gosh, I have his name on the tip of
He
my
was in
David Harbour.
yeah.
He plays Jim Hopper in Stranger Things, but he also plays Red Baron
I
in
think that's it. I know it's a red
Black
thing.
Widow. David Harbour. Yeah. He plays Alexei Shoskotosk. Man, dude, that would be sweet. Or you could bring in Black Widow's sister. Oh man, there's so much you could do now. Now that
But
I'm thinking about
what
it.
would they do? So how?
They're from Russia.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm not. But
Gosh,
my
you're an
question is,
How do you not know where I'm going with this?
I'm trying to understand you, Matthew. Your mind is very complex. I didn't know if you knew that, but
I can't hear you. You cut out there. You said
your
my mind is what?
is very complex.
I
Oh,
do
it's
think
coming
about
out
a
in
lot of different
2024.
early 2024, I think.
December 20th, 2024 is what it says the release date is.
I thought it was earlier than that. I think they might have pushed it back.
Apparently, Harrison Ford is in this.
Yeah. He's
What the
playing the Red
frick?
Hulk.
Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt Ross.
I mean, heck yeah. I'm a big fan of this cast. Tim Roth. Well, apparently it's saying from Google, Tim Roth is in
Yeah.
this. My guy from the Incredible Hulk that played what's his the Abomination? Yeah, Abomination. Yeah. He could be playing he could be playing Abomination in this one because Disney did get full rights to now the Incredible Hulk. Oh man. Anyways,
Yeah.
I think I
There's
mean
a lot of things.
so many things that you can there's so many things that our minds could warp into and think of what could be of this new TV series. We'll have to see this Wednesday what Secret Invasion will hold for us, as episode 2 will be coming out Wednesday. And hopefully, I mean, what are we, Matthew? Do we have something planned for next week?
Yes. So I'm thinking we'll just do partial Secret Invasion on the
Mhm.
podcast next week.
Yep.
But we are going to see Harrison Ford's newest movie,
Ooh, that's
Indiana
right.
Jones. Yep. So next podcast will be Indiana Jones and Secret Invasion.
Mhm.
So yeah,
We gotta see
Be
that
prepared.
probably here. What? Well, we'll see. We'll talk about.
speaking of going to the movies, dude, is it just me or do you feel lost when you don't go to the movies during the week?
Yeah, I feel like we didn't go to the movies this week, and I mean, now before we go, 2 things. We got to go through your weekly hauls, and yeah, I freaking miss sneaking
Oh,
candy in the friggin'
Me and
movies,
Reagan
too.
don't sneak nothing in. We just buy everything straight up. And I
Yeah.
just sit on my couch. Oh,
Thank you, COVID. Number 2 was I'm a little upset with Imagine right now. We worked freaking hard on this freaking video, our Father's Day video, man. And we sent it to them, no response. No like, hey guys, no like putting on their story or anything like that. It was just like, oh, cool. Didn't even respond, didn't even like it. It was now don't get me wrong, I love Imagine, but like it's just like, come on. We put you in
they
our
have
video.
liked and shared our stuff.
They like
so many
usually
times.
they usually, and then this one time was just nah. I'm not really feeling it this time.
Today's not the day. So Lewis, go on freaking Instagram right now and go to our Father's Day video. If you haven't seen it, watch it because you're gonna love it.
Mhm.
And then you could send that to Imagine Minnesota or Imagine Theaters, their Instagram,
Mhm.
and be like, just freaking tell them off. You guys need to freaking see this video. They have a
Well-
whole promo. We put a whole promo in there for them. Like it was so good. Now Regan put on. We had a couple of shoddy shots in there, pretty bad shots, because Regan decided to go cinema mode with his phone, and everything else was filmed in what
it's
is it?
just normal.
Portrait?
I decided to
Portrait
do
video?
it in cinematic. But
Yeah. Oh, can I do my hauls this week?
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, sick. So I don't know if I showed you guys this.
Oh boy, what the
last week, but last week on I'm not playing video games, loser. I got my freaking pod up, everything on the pod ready to go. My wife made this for me,
Oh,
and it was for my birthday and Father's Day because it happened on the same day. So
Yep.
basically, she got these little mini pop figures, and she made a little like picture thing.
as
I don't know what to
brave
call it.
as what is
I'll read
Captain
it to you.
America.
So Dada, because she created it as if it was my daughter, because I have a 1-year-old daughter. She
Mhm.
said, Dada, you are as mighty as Thor, and then they have the Thor figure, as brave as Captain America, as strong as Hulk, not quite, but as smart as Iron Man, Really not quite.
Mm.
And as funny as Spider-Man. So I really, really like that. And I love my wife. She's awesome. She does a lot of cool things. And then, not to top it or nothing, don't cry. My friend who just came into town last weekend went to this Disney store and got this portrait photo thing of the Avengers. And I have this as a background on my computer, which is the funny thing. But this is like, I mean, they spent $65 on this.
Dang.
Like, it's a thick, like, you can't bend it. I mean, you could if you really tried, but it's friggin' sweet. So
Mm.
I got those two things as a haul. I got a couple other things, but I think I showed them my hat last week, I think, or something. But yeah, big shout out. I don't really ask for much. I know. Oh shoot.
Yeah. Don't even. I was going to say something. I was going to freaking say something if you. Oh, I cannot believe this. I got Matthew something. I spent. Don't even. I don't. Oh, shoot.
I'm sorry. I knew I had another one. I'm sorry. I forgot.
I was really hoping you wouldn't. I was really hoping you wouldn't so I could just rub it in.
So Regan got me this freaking Taskmaster freaking action figure statue. Dude, like this is actually really sick. But the problem is when Regan handed it to me, it was all ripped to freaking shreds. I had to wonder if his child tried to open it or something. Best $80 I ever spent. Yes, it is.
It was expensive.
So he did get me this. If you guys know, I am a giver.
It's true.
I do give a lot. I don't like to take. It's just kind of how. Shout out my dad who's in the chat. I think he was the one who kind of instilled that into me. I don't really like taking. I'd rather give to my friends and family and provide for them. And I can live with, the bare essentials for the most part. I have some action figures here and there, but, I try to find things very, very, very cheap. So that way it doesn't really affect me, but I'd rather take my wife. I took her to Hawaii for her birthday this last year. The year before, I took her to Disney World for her birthday. I took her on a cruise for Christmas. I like to do things that she likes, that she wants, and I want to make it better for her. Christmas, I don't really get much, and my birthday, I don't really get much, and I'm totally okay with that. So seeing Regan give me this, I really appreciate that. I didn't ask him. I even told him, why did you give me that? I didn't ask for it. How's that War Machine mask? My dad bought me a War Machine mask. I'll grab it.
This is what you get when Matthew doesn't want to freaking. He doesn't. I want to freaking just like tell me about his life and doesn't want to tell. Oh gosh. Can you hear at all?
I can barely hear you. Yeah.
Okay, you're coming in.
So my dad got me this. He didn't have to. He just did. We were at a pawn shop, and I was looking at it. I put it back, and then come Christmas time, he was like, "Okay, here you go," and that's what happened.
That fits you perfectly. Let me say,
It does.
it's like
It
a
fits me
perfect fit.
swimmingly.
Mm-hmm. It's so good. I won the bike roll.
You seem like a legend. Thanks, Lewis. I am a legend. Man, I just showed off all my freaking gifts for the year.
Yeah,
I've
you got
gotten
it.
that all for Christmas and my birthday.
Freaking love
It
masks.
sounds like I do have quite a few masks. I've got one mask.
You got a couple.
I got a freaking helmet.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Well, I guess helmets / masks.
Yeah. But no, I appreciate it. I really love my wife and my parents and love you, man. Thanks for giving me this statue. I still don't know where I'm gonna put it, to be honest with you.
I just thought you'd like it. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I'll just sell it or something. I don't know.
Yeah. that was
See what
just something
happens.
I
How much
think
did you
of.
get it for?
50.
50. I'll try to
55.
sell it for like 100 or something.
Yeah, make some profit. Give me
Make
the
some
50
double up.
bucks back.
Yeah. But
Uh,
that's it.
yeah. Well, guys, that is gonna do it for the Goof and Goober Show episode 24. If you guys made it, it's been a long one. It's been a doozy one. But we appreciate you guys coming in and listening. We are on every Monday at 8. Come in and join us if you're there. Next week we will be having a banger. Matt's got control and he is going to freaking take control. But if you haven't already, make sure you follow our socials on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and now coming at you guys, we have the TikTokies. I'm not sure our social media manager is handling that, so I'm not sure what is being posted. I'm not a TikToker. But guys, like,
We're ironing it out. Let's
yeah.
just say that.
yeah, just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to all of our socials, and we appreciate you guys coming out. You guys have just a fantastic week. We'll be thinking about you guys. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Gotta see you next Monday.
Peace.
Thanks for listening. Show.
Gosh, that was so
Like,
freaking
comment,
long.
and subscribe to our channel for show. And why don't you check out our Goof and Goober Show for even more content and drop a follow. Thanks. Have a wonderful day.